What's up, guys? My name is Andrew. I'm the creator and developer of Mintopoly, and I wanted to give you a quick overview of what Mintopoly is all about. So if you're new here, this video will be the perfect place to start. Now, the game of Mintopoly is really three things. It's an idle blockchain-based simulator game, it's a collectible NFT art project, and it's a platform for airdropping cryptocurrency back to the community of players. And in this video, we'll look at each of these three elements and how they all fit together to form the world of Mintopoly. So let's start with the most central piece, which is the free browser-based simulation game. So it's basically like a crypto game about crypto, and let's go check it out. So to play the game, you go to the homepage at mintopoly.io and log in with an Ethereum wallet like MetaMask. Now, if you don't have MetaMask, you can get the free extension for Chrome or Firefox, or even use their mobile apps. Now, this is great because you never need a username or password, so it's all securely tied to your Ethereum address, which is a crucial part of the game, as we'll see in a bit. So once you log in, you'll be taken to your dashboard, which shows you all your stats around this fictitious Mintopoly blockchain. And your objective is to achieve the highest net worth before the round ends. So you compete on the global leaderboard to achieve the highest net worth of Mintopoly coins, which is just the made-up in-game currency. Now, rounds are usually about 6 days long, or 35,000 blocks, and it'll give you all of that data right here at the top of your dashboard. At the end of the round, everything is reset back to zero and all players start again from scratch on the next game. So the way you create net worth is by purchasing crypto-based investments. And you start with just enough Mintopoly coins to buy one mining rig, which generates rewards on every block. And you keep buying more mining rigs and keep going until you unlock higher and higher tiers of investments, like validator nodes, oracles, smart contracts, and even exchanges. There's also two other things inside the game that add even more strategy and dynamism to the gameplay. The first is hard forking, which is like a prestige feature if you've ever played other idle games. Now this resets everything you own back to zero, but it gives you an earnings boost on all investments based on your net worth when you forked. So if you had, let's say, 50 Mintopoly coins, when you forked, you might get a 20% earnings boost on all the categories of investments. You'll definitely want to take advantage of this, but you also want to be careful because each time you fork, it dramatically reduces the boost you get from the next hard fork in that round. Now, the other feature worth mentioning is the staking pool. This is where you can deposit your spare cash into like a simulated DeFi account to earn interest on every block. This interest rate may seem super low, but remember, it compounds on each block, so it can quickly add up to double, triple, or even quadruple your cash very quickly. And that's basically the core of this simple idle game. It's a lot of fun, there's a lot of strategy, and since you're playing in real time, you can see the global leaderboard, and it can be very competitive. Now, I'm recording this at the end of our final beta round, and as you can see, there's a staggering 1,547 players taking part right now. And you might be wondering, well, what's the point? Other than for fun and bragging rights, what do you get for topping the leaderboards? Well, there are prizes, but in order to talk about the prizes, we need to take a step back, because remember, I said Mintopoly was actually three things that work together. Now, the second thing we need to talk about are the Mintopoly cards. These are a limited edition of collectible NFT trading cards. There's only 12,000 of them, and technically there are a few more, but we'll get into those at the end. And each card provides unique power-ups within the game. Some provide upgrades to your mining equipment, some reduce the cost of validator nodes, some provide higher interest rates in the staking pool, and there's even an NFT artwork card that gives you tons of extra starting cash at the beginning of each round. These are being minted and released slowly over the first year, and they will be available on the OpenSea platform. And this is why you need to log in with Ethereum instead of a typical username, because if your account owns a Mintopoly card, it'll show up automatically within the game. Although do keep in mind that the cards will only apply if you own them at the beginning of a round. So for example, if you acquire a new card once you start playing a round, that card won't become active in the game until the next round. So in addition to their main boosts, these cards also have a second killer benefit. They reduce the cost of the investment tier they represent. Now what I mean is, as you can see here, the higher tier investments are locked. So if I want to buy, let's say, a centralized exchange, first I have to unlock it for 35 Mintopoly coins. But if I owned the card which represents this tier of investment, it would reduce the cost of unlocking it by 25 to 40%, which is a massive advantage. And as you can see here in this middle section of your dashboard, this shows you which cards you have active during this round. And you can hover over them to see what the card does and what benefits it provides. And there's a total of 12 categories of cards, and you can actually have one of each active in any given round for a super powerful setup to rank really highly. What's really cool about these cards is that you can actually win some of them by playing the game. So each round has several cards up for grabs, and they'll be rewarded to whomever wins the challenges. So for each of the first 50 rounds, the outright winner with the highest net worth wins the Mintopolist card, which boosts the earnings of all investments across the board. And that's the only way to acquire one of these rare cards. In addition, there's unique challenges in each round, like, let's say, the top 3 players with the most mining rigs at the end of the round might win a special card. And those rewards are all shown within the dashboard, as you can see here. And since these are true tokenized cards, once you own them, they're your property. They can be held, sold, or traded, just as with any other NFT or crypto asset. Now, on top of the game and the cards, Mintopoly actually has another level of rewards, which brings us to the third element of Mintopoly, the airdrop of Mintopoly money. So we've developed our own cryptocurrency called Mintopoly money, and what's really unique about this currency is that it can only be acquired by playing the game. So every round for the first year and probably thereafter, an airdrop of about 1 million coins will go out for free to the players who finished in the top few hundred places of that round. So the higher you rank, the more you earn. And in that way, the game itself becomes a platform for distributing these tokens freely to the players of the game. In the end, the community will control the currency. And you may be wondering, well, what can I do with Mintopoly money? And it's a standard ERC20 token, which means you can hold it or trade it just like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it also has a really unique function within the game. Later this year, we'll be introducing a special class of Mintopoly cards with different functions and power-ups from the primary cards that we already talked about. And you'll be able to buy these special edition cards exclusively with the Mintopoly money tokens. I think you'll love this feature because what that means is that you'll be able to earn tokens to purchase these super rare NFT cards simply by playing the game and ranking well. There will only ever be 4,000 of these additional cards, so the total supply of all Mintopoly cards is capped at 16,000 for all players forever, and that fact is literally written into the smart contract. And since these special edition cards can only be purchased with the currency earned by playing, it adds a really interesting value dynamic back into the core simulator game. The more of this token you earn by playing, the more real-world NFT cards you can mint as well. And that really brings us full circle. Mintopoly is the idle crypto simulator game, powered by a limited edition of collectible NFT Mintopoly cards, and the whole game is a platform for airdropping our new currency back into the hands of the community, which you can then use to mint more NFT cards. So I really hope you have a lot of fun playing this game. You can head over to mintopoly.io to get started. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Mr. Mintopoly and join our Discord at the link shown here. So thanks for checking out this developer overview, and we'll see you inside the game.